Uh, I want to talk about someone who has really impacted my life as a target individual. My name is Daniel Ramirez. Man, that man is evil as fuck. Yeah, he I met Daniel. Daniel Ramirez. I met him when I started working for Juan Ramirez in Kansas City. I met him there. I met him, and we were gonna become friends. I think he had a crush on me because he was telling me, "Damn, you have a very nice body," and then he was telling me, "Oh yeah, you like watching anime," and I'm like, "Yeah, me too. I like watching anime." And then this is why I say Juan. He's one of my what's it called, handlers, because después de que yo hablé con Daniel, let's make the rest of the video in Spanish. How about that? Uh, Después de que yo ya me iba a hacer amigos con Daniel, uh, Juan, he told Daniel about my targeting by Marcelino, and all of Marcelino's workers conspired against me because they were telling, they were saying, oh, Jocelyn es muy mala persona con Marcelino, bla, 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 y por eso le hicieron eso, ¿verdad? O sea, me hicieron TI, me hicieron un Myron May, me hicieron un Aaron Alexis, Mr. Warner, me hicieron un Britney Spears, you know? And then they were like, oh yeah, in the name of me being a bad person. That's why they did that to me, apparently. And ya me iba a hacer amigos con Daniel, y después Juan le empezó a decir de cosas, oh, nobody likes her from Marcelino's job because he was mean to our boss. So be mean to her. He put him on the hate campaign that they had me in. And dude, oof, after that was like the biggest mistake of Juan's life. Not Juan's life, but like that was the biggest mistake that could have happened in life, for me. Because that guy is one evil motherfucker. Uh, he was like, he became friends with Juan, who was my boyfriend at the time. In Kansas City, we started dating, kind of, and then remember how I said we were gonna be friends, but because Juan said something to him about Marcelino, he started being mean to me. And then Juan became friends with Daniel, and they became like best friends. And and then Daniel and Juan were best friends, and then I guess you could say Juan, like, he kind of fell in love with me, I guess, and then he wanted me. Now he wanted me to get along with Daniel, and I was very nice to Daniel. I would give him rides to work for free. I didn't charge him. Hasta le llevaba lonche gratis a este muchacho. I'm not a nice person. I was like, why would I be mean to my coworkers? It doesn't cost me nothing to be a nice person to him. Right? And then Daniel was like, no, I don't want to be friends with her. But it was because of Juan's fault. Yo no quiero ser amiga con ella porque por lo de Marcelino. And then rumors about me. And then Juan was, no. And then Juan was like, ow, I burned myself. Juan was like, oh, no, like, he would encourage the friendship with me and Daniel. Mind you, he's the one that ruined it because we were going to be friends. Daniel and I were already going to be friends before I dated Juan. And then Daniel and I kind of, we already had friends, but Juan ruined it, right? So he already liked me. And then después, Daniel will start being really mean to me at work. And then I just be like, what the fuck? What? ¿Qué le hice a este muchacho? You know? ¿Por qué onda con este hombre? ¿Por qué se porta así conmigo si yo me porto de toda madre con él? And then every time he would just be very mean to me. And it was because of Juan, you know, because we were going to be friends. Juan le decía de cosas de mí, que yo era mala persona, que era mala con Marcelino, bla, 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 no se hace buena con ella, todos la odian, tú también odiala, you know. And then so he became my enemy, even though we were going to be friends, because we clicked, we made good friendship. And then I'm not good at making rings. I don't like this. I'm not sure watch a DI video. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep this one because it looks kind of cute, I guess. Is this so cute? No, it doesn't. And then Daniel, he just always tried to ruin my relationship with Juan, you know? He was like Juan's best friend, and I was so nice to him, and he was so mean to me. But I was like kind of in love with my husband, and he wasn't my husband, my boyfriend, and I would put up with it bullshit. And then I just couldn't. I couldn't see myself without Juan. You know, we were just dating only 3 months, but I was like so in love with that dude. Even though his best friend was being mean to me, you know. But Juan wanted us to be friends, even though he ruined the relationship with me and Danielle already. And then he just was really mean to me. And then I just made it clear to Juan, I don't want him around my daughter. And then you know what Juan would do? He would purposely take the my daughter así la acercaba a Daniel, even though this person was being mean to me. And the reason why I didn't want him around me was because, do you ever have those people that hate your parents, you know, and then as soon as they find out that you're this person's parent, they treat you bad? That's like, I was trying to avoid that for my daughter, you know. I want my daughter to be treated like a princess she is, you know. And then either Juan, while he was cheating me in Hastings in October of 2025, se la llevaba para Hastings porque yo no tenía quien me cuidara a la niña en los sábados because I had to go to work for FedEx. And then se la llevaba. Like, dude, he would do so many fucked up shit. I heard one time I called him, like, I would call him on the phone. I'd be like, well, how are you guys doing? And then he'd be like, my daughter was in the, he was in the car for 8 hours by herself. Like, I don't know. But yeah, and then the last thing that Daniel did to me was he ruined my marriage because he became friends with the girl that my husband cheated on with, Maritza. I'm gonna fucking name her Maritza. What's her last name? Martinez. She's a fucking Guatemalan girl. She slept with my husband. And I don't know why they did that. Like, why didn't you just tell me, ya no quiero estar contigo? You know, why did you have to cheat on me, you know? Anyways, but yeah. They did all that. And then, and it was endorsed by Daniel. Daniel would tell him, oh, ella no va a llorar, as in me. Ella no va a llorar si se da cuenta que ustedes están juntos. And then, I remember when they cheated, you know. And then in January, I would go to my ex-husband, job and I would see Daniel there. Y sabían que yo, pues obvio, yo ya le tenía coraje a Daniel por lo que me hizo, right? ¿Por qué te vas a hacer amigas? He didn't like me. You know, he would say really mean things about me, you know, even though I was nice to him. So él se metió en mi matrimonio y lo arruinó. But, I mean, no one told Juan to put his fucking sexual organ inside of another girl, right? So, I give them that. But yeah, and then, I saw they like set me up because they know I was going to be upset, you know, and then in December, it was in December that this happened before I got the domestic violence charge. Juan was like, then um and then I show up to the restaurant where my husband is. I don't know why. I don't remember, but I saw Daniel there. And remember how I have the eye implants? They know where I'm at all the times, you know. And then obvio le tengo coraje a Daniel porque se metió en mi matrimonio, ¿verdad? And he even endorsed the other girl. And he knew that. And so I saw him walking into the restaurant as I was driving. And I think they did it on purpose because they know I was going to be mad at him, right? And I didn't beat him up or anything. All I said was to him was like, ¿Por qué te metiste en mi matrimonio, verdad? ¿Por qué te metes en mi vida privada? I told him, you know that, and then I told him, and then he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, bro, you've been trying to make us break up for the longest time, you know? And then the last thing I said to him, que no se te olvide como que yo sé cómo estás aquí en Estados Unidos. He's a fucking illegal wetback. And then I told him, no se te olvide que yo le puedo dejar saber a la gente que cómo estás aquí tú. And mind you, I'm not racist, you know? I'm not racist, you know? Pero si tú te vas a meter en mi vida, yo también te voy a dar en tu madre, right? If you're gonna be ruining my marriage, you're gonna be telling people, yeah, cheat on her, she's not gonna cry. I'm gonna get revenge. Just so you know, you know? And then I said that to him, and then like not even 2 weeks later, after 3 years of being in the USA or 4, that nigga went back to Mexico. I know that nigga's scared of me, bro. I know he's scared of me because he did me so fucking dirty. Like, ¿cómo te vas a meter en una relación así? Like, bro, I know that nigga was scared of me, bro. I thought that was funny as shit. I just like, I know you're scared of me, bitch. You know I'm not playing with you. Te me haces enojar, te voy a dar en tu puta madre. And like, just because I'm a TI, maybe that's why people hate me, bro. They can't do whatever they want with me. I remember my mom just be like, she'd be telling me, Kate, do this, Kate, do that. I'd be like, no. You think I'd be a bad kid, right? I'd be a fucking drug addict. I'd be up to no good, right? And that's what they probably hate about me. Like, no les hago caso a nadie. A mí nadie me manda. And a mí me iba bien en la vida because I'm arrogant. I'm fucking, I don't let nobody boss me around, but I'm fucking smart. And that's probably what people hate about me. They were like, fuck, you don't fucking listen to me, but she, like, le va bien en la vida. That's probably why people hated me, because I'd just be like, no vas a hacer lo que te dé la gana conmigo, mija. Like, if you fucking do me dirty, you can bet I will get you back. Like, I'm not playing with you, bro. Like, literally, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to kill someone, right? But I will get you back. Like, if you si tú me hiciste algo like Daniel, he knew he fucked up with me, right? And the next 2 weeks, he's like, I'm gonna report myself. self-deport. Like, yeah, you better be scared of me. Kate, don't fucking play. Like, I will get you back. You can bet that. That nigga was scared of me. I can tell. And, like, after 3 years, he like nomás no se iba para Mexico. I would just notice that. I would just be like, when is he going back to Mexico? Because he told me, he was like, yeah, nomás venía un año. He was coming only for a year, right? He was like, and I would tell my baby daddy, no, yeah, he's gonna stay here. He's not gonna go back, you know. And then he did that with me. You know, he did me dirty, right? And then I told him, don't forget, yo sé cómo estás aquí, and I'm gonna go fucking tell on you, you know. Not even 2 weeks passed before when I told him that nigga self-deported himself. Don't play with me, bro. I will get you back. Like, don't fucking play with me. I'm not like a I'm not gonna kill you or anything, but I will get you back, bro. Don't fucking play with me. People that know me know to not play with me. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not a dangerous person. I don't think I'm a dangerous person. But if you fucking do me dirty, bro, don't sleep with your fucking eyes open because I will get you back. But yeah, that was Daniel. You know, I guess satisfying moment is that he left to Mexico, and why didn't he do it sooner? I probably would be with my baby daddy still. But I'm glad he kind of did that to me. Gracias, Daniel. Necesito un favor. I hate my baby daddy now. I found out what he was doing to me. So yeah. That's that. Daniel, he was fucking evil ass motherfucker. He ruined my life, basically. But it was because of Juan. We were gonna be friends. But yeah. Well, we didn't become friends. Because of Juan. I always felt that jealous vibe from him, you know? Like I said, going back to what I said, I'm sorry I make better life choices than you. We have the same 24 hours. I'm sorry, you know? You can go to university in Mexico online and study because they had me thinking I was going to get deported for the longest time. Daniel tried so many times to have me and Juan broken up. I fucking hate that dude, bro. I hate the fact that I was so nice to him and he was so mean to me. And I put up with it because I loved Juan. Loved, past tense. I don't love that dude anymore. But yeah, lo cosas que hace uno por amor. Aguantar. Mierda. But yeah. I'm gonna end the video here because. So yeah, that's how you know you're not supposed to play with me, bro. He knew to not stick around in USA, bro. I was gonna get revenge. He knew what he did to me was wrong, and he self-deported himself. Don't play with me, bro. He just knew that he did me dirty, you know? Guilty conscious. But yeah, he's one of people responsible for my downfall and for me getting cheated on. And yeah, that's that. Thank you though. I just couldn't thank you enough for doing that to me though. Like, yo me iba a quedar hasta el fin del mundo con el papá de mi hijo. Because I just loved him so much, but it opened my eyes to see that guy doesn't love you, bro. You're his pet. But yeah. Thank you.